The calm before the storm. Thousands of students get ready to start a new school year tomorrow.
And the first day at Battle High School may mean some residents will have to battle traffic. Budget concerns, Grindstone Trail, and the mayor's property tax proposal. A full plate for Columbia City Council tonight. KOMU 8 News at 9 starts now.
Live from Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 9.
And then I was surprised that he didn't collaborate with some of the rest of the city council before that happened. I was also surprised that he announced that he withdrew it. Not that he can't withdraw it, but rather that he didn't talk to anybody about it, and it was released on Facebook.
City council members react to the mayor's proposal and withdrawal of support for a property tax increase. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reek.
And I'm Meg McLeod. Mayor Bob McDavid's tax proposal to fund more police officers is on the agenda at tonight's council meeting. The mayor told KOMU 8 News it is hard to support this tax when the police department itself doesn't endorse it. He suggested the increase on August 5th, but then withdrew his support last week. Tonight, the city council could vote on whether to put that increase proposal on the November ballot. We'll have more on the decision as soon as it happens. The Columbia Housing Authority, or CHA, is taking the next steps to renovate the town's oldest public housing. Tonight, it presents those plans to the city council. Some of Columbia's public housing was built in the 1950s and is in dire need of renovations. Many units have unreliable plumbing and sinking slab floors. The CHA applied to HUD's Rental Assistance Demonstration Program, and that will allow the CHA to receive more stable and predictable funding. With more reliable funds available, it will make it easier for the CHA to then acquire the low-income housing tax credits needed to renovate those units. The Housing Authority CEO Phil Steinhaus says it's crucial for Columbia to maintain its public housing.
If we're going to break the cycle of poverty, where's the first place you want to start? You want to put a roof over a family's head. It's kind of hard to tell them to go find a job or go back to school or do anything else if they don't know where they're going to lay their head that night.
Along with renovations, the CHA also hopes to build more affordable housing if it can get additional low-income housing tax credits. The CHA will present a plan to build a 42-unit apartment complex on land near Garth and Sexton at tonight's council meeting.
It's a breakfast favorite like you've never seen it before.
In a pancake with watermelon, even covered in chocolate. How a group of food lovers celebrated a sizzling summer festival with some tasty treats.
If you had to bet $1 right now, will we hit 100 degrees this summer or not? You know, the hottest temperature so far has been 96.
For $1, I'd say no.
I would say no, too. I would say no,
Much
too.
different from last year, that's for sure.
That just
You
jinxed
bet.
us, but we'll see. All right, Dave, thank you. Students aren't always happy about going back to school.
But coming up, we'll show you one school kids can't get enough of. It's not just a Hollywood dream anymore. The School of Rock is real, and it's happening right here in Missouri. This non-traditional, hands-on approach to teaching kids music is catching on in Baldwin. Wade Smith has the story. Music instructors teach kids the basics in private lessons as well as together in group sessions. Then after about 3 months, the students' skills are put to the test as the group puts on their own live show. Bus riders in Columbia will now be able to track their buses at the tips of their fingers. Columbia Public Works released the app Double Map, which allows users to track their buses through GPS in real time. Both iPhone and Android users will be able to download Double Map. Those without a smartphone can still utilize Double Map by visiting the Columbia Transit website. All 21 bus routes that run through Columbia will be able to be tracked. Some bus riders feel the app will be helpful in the future, but some still aren't quite convinced.
Honestly, somewhat helpful, but I don't think it was really worth the whole while because, I mean, the buses, they're going to flex in their schedule regardless. All it's going to tell you is, you know, how far away the bus is.
Double Map launched Friday after weeks of beta testing. The app cost the city $168,000. Students are making a break toward a legendary tower. Find out where students spent their summer trying to break old records. An early morning fire left a family of 5 homeless today in Howard County. No one died in the fire, but a couple and their 3 children lived in the house. The Howard County Fire Protection District says it doesn't suspect foul play. However, an investigation into the cause of the fire is still ongoing. A 12-year-old St. Louis girl is injured after being struck by a stray bullet in a park. The St. Louis Post-Dispatch reports that two men were arguing Sunday night at Loretta Hall Park and fired several shots before running off. One of the stray bullets struck the girl in the hand. An investigation continues and no arrests have been made. Columbia Public School secondary students got a jump start on the school year today. Students at Oakland Middle School and other intermediate or secondary schools in the district had the option to attend a jump start day today before the official start of the school year, which is tomorrow. The Oakland students had the ability to tour their new school, meet their teachers, and try out their lockers. Principal Helen Porter says the day should make the transition easier on her students.
All 500 of our kids are brand new to Oakland, so we're all in the same boat. We have a lot of teachers that are brand new to Oakland, and so those feelings of anxiety and maybe being a little overwhelmed, it's normal, and everyone is feeling that right now.
Principal Porter encourages parents to support their students with the help of healthy breakfasts, patience, and plenty of communication with teachers and their children.
In other news of the day, Columbia City Council will meet shortly to talk about whether the mayor's property tax proposal should be considered.
Mayor Bob McDavid announced increasing property taxes August 5th, then withdrew his support just last week. Tonight, City Council members tell KOMU 8 News they think he withdrew his proposal too soon. KOMU 8's Bryn Whitaker is live at the City Hall where the topic could spark debate.
The NASCAR season is approaching the climactic chase for the Cup.
Carl Edwards made a pit stop in Columbia tonight. That's next in sports.
The weather heated up for the first day of school today. Let's send it over to Dave to see if the warming trend will continue for the rest of the week. Dave?
Just in time for the beginning. 64 degrees. And for the rest of the week, it gets progressively warmer. We've got a full update on the forecast coming up for you here on KOMU 8 News at 9.
A former Olympian has a day in court.
We'll have the latest on the case against Oscar Pistorius. It's thick, a pain to drive through, and it kept kids home from school. And it's not a snow day, guys. Find out why some Ohio youngsters already had a day off from class. Prosecutors have today charged South African Paralympic runner Oscar Pistorius with premeditated murder. He has admitted to shooting Riva Steenkamp through a bathroom door at his home in February, but says he was acting in self-defense against an intruder. Today's hearing was on Steenkamp's birthday. She would have been 30 years old. She was shot in the head, the arm, and the hip and died in Pistorius' residence. A trial date was set for next March. Most of the public schools in Columbia underwent renovations during the summer. There's a new air conditioning system at West Middle School. There's also been renovations in the locker rooms, windows, and roofs across the board. We're told West and Jefferson Middle Schools required the most attention.
Both of those buildings are older buildings. West is over 50 years old, and Jefferson Junior, Jefferson Middle School, is reaching that 100-year mark. So we knew both of those would be significant projects to try to retrofit those buildings for air conditioning. There's a number of things you have to take into consideration.
Not all projects are finished. There's a mobile air unit at Jefferson Middle School. The full air conditioning system has yet to be installed. The City of Columbia meets to discuss 2014's budget, and we asked you what you thought the city should spend that money on. That's tonight in today's Talk segment.
Well, if you don't count summer school, tomorrow's a big day in Columbia. It's the first day of classes at the new Battle High School. There are still a few construction projects out on that side of town.
And one of those is the roundabout at Route Z in St. Charles Road, shown here, that is still undergoing construction. KOMU 8's Rachel Whittle is live near the school and has more on if parents are concerned about their kids getting to and from school. MU's enrollment has again topped 34,000 students. Today, university officials said that MU began the fall semester down 144 students from last year's record high enrollment. This year's freshman class is the second largest ever. It's that time of year when parking spots become more valuable, especially if you live near a student housing complex downtown.
KOMU 8's Danielle Carter is here with the growing problem for many neighbors.
When you think about robots, you may think about them cleaning your dishes, taking out your trash, or tackling other not so pleasant chores.
Coming up, green robots with green thumbs.
Engineering teams from across the Asian Pacific regions participated in a robot contest in Vietnam this week. The Asia Pacific Robot Contest, also known as ABU Robocon, is a competition amongst college students where they must get their robots to complete a task within a set period of time. This year's robots collected green boxes signifying leaves and then planted them in set positions on the game field representing good old planet Earth. Coming up, how one man's major Facebook hack proved itself a great career move.
And women in Mexico create their own armed forces.
One unemployed Palestinian programmer collected a $500 prize today after hacking Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook. Facebook offers a $500 bounty to those who voluntarily expose its flaws. Halil Shrete contacted Facebook to say he found a way allowing anyone to post on any wall. But when Facebook ignored his reports, he took his message to the top. The programmer hacked into the social network's CEO's page to prove his point. Lucky for him, the stunt landed him numerous job offers. More than 100 housewives in southern Mexico took the law and some guns into their own hands as community police. Yesterday, dozens of mothers left their homes to pick up uniforms, shotguns, and communication radios to patrol their town. According to community police members, they will receive the necessary training to carry out their duties. The housewife volunteers formed the groups quickly after relentless extortion, kidnapping, and theft outraged them.
He's one of the most familiar faces in town. There he is. He made a pit stop in Columbia tonight. Sports is next. Styles, why would you do that? The Italian diver who still competes at age 75 was the main attraction. So those guys down there at the bottom have a 10 or a 9. I don't know.
I don't know, but hey, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but kudos to them.
Absolutely.
Crucial decisions for the City Council tonight with the mayor's proposed property tax in the 2014 city budget on the agenda.
We will have live reports at 9 and 10. Dave?
And our weather this evening is going to be falling back into the comfortable 70s by about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Overnight, we'll get down to about 64 degrees. It'll be mostly clear to begin your Tuesday, and we'll have a high temperature, a little bit warmer, a little more humid, 88 degrees on your Tuesday. Summer is back.
Go to Facebook on KOMU. Let us know if you think it's going to hit 100 degrees before the summer's over. I'm betting no.
Hoping it does.
I'm with you.
Good night.
Hoping is the